Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Today, we're joined by our friend and partner, Devin Pignataro, Leisure Sales Manager at the Boca Raton. In the next few minutes, we're just going to discuss some of the top reasons you might want to consider the Boca Raton for your next holiday. Devin, thanks for joining us. First, congratulations. The reimagination of the resort the last 18 months, 24 months has been spectacular. The feedback has been great. So we appreciate that. But first, as we talk about the resort, let's look at the resort map and talk about what encompasses this 335-acre compound.
Certainly. Yeah. Thank you, Juan. I really appreciate everyone's time and being here. We're going through some exciting changes at the Boca Raton. We start with on this beautiful resort map, we have two different sections of our resort. As Juan was saying, it's over 300 acres and it is a private and gated resort. So all of these amenities are exclusive to our members or overnight guests. Very important to note for all of your travelers.
Yeah.
We have the intercoastal that separates the beach side of the property and what we call the harbor side. The beach side is really right on the Atlantic Ocean. We have the Beach Club Hotel that sits right on our very own private beach with a few swimming pools. And then we have four other hotels and other amenities available there on the harbor side. And when you stay on one side of the resort, you easily have access to everything else on the other side as well.
And getting back from from the harbor side section of the resort to the beach section, in terms of you have transportation, and even a lot of people will walk back and forth and maybe ride bikes. How do people get around?
Yeah, the distance from Harborside to Beach Club is just under a mile. So I would definitely recommend taking our shuttle. We usually have 2 to 3 shuttles roaming around the property regularly. We also have the water taxi. So the water taxi runs from sunrise to sunset and goes from Harborside to Beachside as well. Just a complimentary way to get, to and from on the water.
That's beautiful. And I think, I think the history of the resort, it's an iconic resort. It really started in 1926, and that DNA you see it throughout the resort. Let's start talking maybe first and concentrate on the cloisters and maybe some of the unique, aspects of the hotel and what some of the things people should consider when thinking about the cloister.
Certainly. Yeah, so the Cloister is really what started the story of the Boca Raton. It opened in February of 1926. So we're approaching our 100th year anniversary. With 294 rooms, the Cloister is really the center or the heart of Harborside. The Cloister has retail shops, many different restaurants. It went through a very major restoration and reopened this past December. Many people might still know it as a pink hotel. And as you can see from this image, it's no longer pink. We actually brought it back to its original sandblasted color that Addison Meisner, the architect, had originally planned for. There are a lot of king to king connecting options, king to double, 1 to 3 bedroom suites. But here in the Cloister, the rooms start about 300 square feet and go up from there. They do feature garden views. So if a water view is important, we might steer you to another hotel that we have. But you're just going to find a lot of rich history and architecture here in the Cloister.
And then, but it was all renovated over the last 18 months. So it's all of a sudden you have that beautiful, rich history that's important to a lot of clients, but it's kind of been reimagined, which is just a beautiful, it's a really nice combination. And like, who do you find enjoys staying at the Cloisters compared to maybe some of the other hotels?
Yeah, I would say, price point wise, that's kind of a determining factor for people staying in the Cloister. If you're looking for maybe spending more of your funds on the activities and the spa and not really so much on the room, this is where we find the travelers fitting in well with Cloister. And if you want to be just centrally close to easily walk out your door and go to several restaurants or go shopping, easily go to our beautiful new pool club we'll talk about later. So trying to be close to all of the action and still have a good value for your stay.
Gotcha. And so now next to the Cloister, you have the Yacht Club. And talk a little bit about what is a little, different between the Yacht Club and maybe the Cloister, and why somebody might want to consider the Yacht Club over the Cloisters, for example.
Yeah. So the Yacht Club originally opened in 2002. This building, as you can see, overlooks our very own 38 slip private marina. It was actually modeled after the Amalfi Coast. So we call it the Amalfi Coast of the Boca Raton. The Yacht Club features 112 junior balconied suites that all feature water views. The water views are either of Lake Boca, which you can see here, or on the top floors, you also have ocean views. The Yacht Club is an adult-only hotel, making it a little bit more for the mature demographic. And the guest rooms start about 500 square feet with deep soaking tubs, double vanities, butler service. You also have your very own private restaurant here at the Yacht Club and exclusive access to our Spa Palmera private pool. So it's kind of more of that 4.5, 5-star type of stay.
And I think one thing that's important to kind of mention, I think about your resort is that, it kind of transforms throughout the year because you have such, different hotel options. During the school holidays in the Northeast, obviously you're going to see a lot of families, but in those shoulder seasons, after April 15th and maybe in the fall, you're going to see more adults here. So it's a really, it's a great adult option, because of all the activities, the golf and the tennis and all that. And
Absolutely.
This gives you a really nice, adult only scene as well throughout the year. But if you want a little bit more seclusion, then people can consider the bungalows, which are only maybe 50, and they're a little bit more secluded in the property. Let's talk a little bit about some of the amenities there and why somebody should consider the bungalows over the other hotels.
Sure. Yeah, the bungalows, we like to say, are great for those extended hideaways. So the bungalows are kind of tucked in their own corner of the resort. It would be about a 5 to 10 minute walk to the restaurants, or the amenities, or we can easily hop on the shuttle and be at the restaurants in just under a few minutes. The bungalows have their own kitchen, living room, dining room setup, as well as 2 bedrooms and 2 baths. They're about 1,400 square feet, with its own private balcony as well. We love the bungalows for long-term stays. If you're coming to Florida and you want to stay for a week or more, this is a fantastic option, especially if the kitchen is a main focus for a part of your stay. We do have housekeeping available twice per week, and a daily continental breakfast set up in the reception area. But of course, you still have access to all of the resort amenities too.
Great. Okay. And then the last part of the harbor side section is going to be the family friendly, the tower.
Right.
Let's talk about the different room options there for families. And maybe, are there a lot of connecting rooms, or, if you're a family of 4 or 5, maybe what are some of the best options on the tower?
Yeah, so the tower, we like to say, is great for those elevated views. It's actually the tallest point in Palm Beach County with 27 stories. This was totally went through a gut renovation, and it's opening November 1st. The tower, we like to say, is a very family-friendly product with that 4.5, 5-star level of service. Inside the tower, you have about 224 rooms, many of which have connecting options or suites ranging from 2 to 4 bedrooms. The double bedded rooms also feature double queens as opposed to fulls. So a lot more space for the kids and the families. And the rooms are starting about 500 square feet and go up from there.
Gotcha. So they're really, really large and expansive. So this is the best family option on the harbor side. And the other thing to note that we'll talk in a couple minutes is that it's right next to the brand new pool that opened up with all kinds of, great things for kids and families alike.
Absolutely.
Okay. Beautiful. And then we go across the intercoastal to the Beach Club. And lots of exciting things happening in 2023 with the Beach Club. But this is the place where if you want to hear, if you want to be next to the ocean and you have a private beach, this is the place to consider.
Absolutely. So if you're coming to Florida and you want to experience the beach, and have easy access throughout your stay, the Beach Club might be the best fit. So with 212 rooms, it sits right on the Atlantic Ocean. There's also a few swimming pools, but you just have easy access to our very own private beach. There are also a lot of king to double connecting options. So another great option for families that are coming to Southern Florida for just easy access to the beach. We also have 1 to 3 bedroom suites available here. Come 2023, beginning probably the end of April for a few months, we're going to be investing about $75 million into the Beach Club. We have plans to fully renovate these guest rooms, and we do have a model room photo to show you today. So this will be something to come in the future for next year. And more, our guest rooms will have a little bit of a lighter feel, but still embracing all of the natural elements that you find, beachside.
That's beautiful. And I think one of the other thing we kind of talked to a little bit about the beginning about this property is, we do have clients who, because clients who are intergenerational who want to go down for 5 or 6 minutes for 5 or 6 days, the grandparents might be staying at the Beach Club because it's going to be to be in front of the beach, and then the kids will be back in the tower or in the cloisters, and then they can easily move around as the day progresses.
Exactly.
So that's a wonderful feature and stuff like that. So let's go through the pools, because I think one of the things that is really important is to understand that brand new family pool that you discussed it on the harbor side, and some of the amenities at the pool.
Yeah, so we are fortunate to have many different pool options across the resort. You will find some pools at the Beach Club with easy access to the beach. And then when we come across the harbor side of the resort, just to the left of this tall tower building, you'll find this beautiful new pool club that opened last December. It's never been at this resort before. It features about 4 acres of the property. The pool club has 4 different swimming pools, including a lazy river, a kids splash pad zone, an adults only pool, a hybrid pool. You'll also find our fantastic kids club for ages 4 through 12 within the pool club. And opening later this fall, we'll actually have a brand new tweens club as well for the 12 to 15-year-olds. But this is really an elevated element to the harbor side. If you want the water experience, you don't necessarily have to go to the beach side of the resort anymore.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And I think this is where we're fortunate that, there are families who just like to be near the beach, but they're really pool people. And having the kids be able to, the older kids be able to roam around and not be with the parents all the time. This is just an amazing option to have. So I know that, one thing to mention is that the Boca Raton is part of Virtuoso, parts of it are part of Virtuoso, but you extend Virtuoso amenities to all the properties for LA Travel.
Right. Absolutely. Yes. You'll find 4 out of the 5 hotels, Beach Club, Yacht Club, Cloister, and Tower, do have the full Virtuoso benefits. Bungalows is a little different just because they're all the same units. An upgrade would not be possible when everything is the same. But you would still receive the daily breakfast and the $100 resort credit there as well.
That's great. No, that's beautiful. And I think there's some, as we head into the fall, there are some nice promotions or offers here at the end of 2022.
Yes. So very specific just for LE travel guests or clients. We do have a 3rd night free promotion available through December 18th. So even valid around Thanksgiving, and as we get into the colder, shoulder season for us. So that's a really great promotion to take advantage of. As well as with anyone with the children, you can get a 4th night free and complimentary access to our kids club. So have the kids well taken care of for the day. Well, you can stay for the 4th night complimentary. And for 2-night stays or more, we do have a $500 dining credit or a $500 spa credit available as well.
That's awesome. Okay, that's so great. So we're actually we're going to do. We appreciate all your time, and for the folks who want to learn a little bit more about activities and the culinary setting, which is amazing at this 335-acre resort, we're going to have a second video that you can watch in a second, which is the first time that we're doing it. It's going to start right after this one. So you continue watching Devin and I, and we'll be talking about the activities in the culinary. But Devin, thanks again for all your help with our clients and taking the time to introduce the Boca Raton to LE Travel clients. So we appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Juan.
We'll see you in a few minutes. Bye.
Okay.